Hi folks, Cliff Rice here with High Performance Archery. We're going to be talking a little bit about shootability and a little bit about bow specifications, and want to talk primarily about axle to axle length and brace height and how those two factors sort of affect the way you shoot the bow and the speed of the bow, and we'll just kind of talk about that and see where we where we go. So one of the things that I did want to sort of talk about today was the new bows from Mathews. Mathews came out with a couple of new flagship bows for 2014, one being the Creed XS and one being the Chiller, or the Chill R, as a lot of people are calling it. So those two bows really go to the heart of the matter when it comes to axle length, brace height, and also speed and shootability. As everybody is aware in the archery industry, chasing faster and faster bows has been an issue, and a place where archery's, people that are buying new bows and companies are sort of going to. And speed is good. Speed is a great thing when it comes to being able to not have to judge distance as well, and also it just takes a little bit of the variability out of it. Takes a little bit of the wind drift out of arrows, and just is a really good thing when you can get it and not sacrifice too much on accuracy. I think what we'll do is we'll start by taking a look at the new Creed XS. This is the 2014 version of the Creed, which was a very popular bow made by Mathews last year. The Creed bow was longer axle to axle. That measurement was longer, but the brace height was shorter. So what they did with this bow was they actually made this bow a couple of inches shorter axle to axle, but they increased the brace height. And when I'm talking about brace height, I'm actually talking about the distance between where your hand contacts the grip on the bow and the string itself. So this bow is about 7.5 inch brace height, 28 inches axle to axle, and just a tad slower actually than the Creed bow was. I think the Creed was about 328, the Creed XS is about 321. And generally speaking, and again, these are just general terms, and you try to look at shootability and how forgiving the bow is based on how much brace height you have and how long the bow is. I think probably what makes these shorter bows a little more shootable than what you might consider that they would be is the fact that they do increase the brace height. As they shorten the bows, they tend to get a little more brace height. So it's a trade-off. A little longer bow, you can shoot a little less brace height. A little shorter bow, you want to tend to have that brace height be a little longer. As you increase, and again this is in general terms, as you increase the brace height, as you get longer and longer on the brace height, you tend to get a little bit slower. And the reason for that is the string is in contact with the arrow for a shorter period of time. So the power stroke on the bow, as the brace height increases, the power stroke decreases, therefore you get a little bit slower arrow. And that is kind of where they went with the Creed XS versus the Creed. The other bow that I wanted to talk about, and I'll put this one up, is the Chill bow versus the Chill R, or Chiller. As you can see here, the Chill was last year's version of the Monster Chill, and the Chiller, or Chill R, is the 2014 version of the Monster Chill series. As you can see, the new bow is longer axle to axle. It's about 1.5 inches longer. 30.5 inch axle to axle versus 30 and 3. But the brace height has changed on the new bow as well. So you can see here it's about 6 1/8 on the chiller, and it's a 7-inch brace height on the standard chill. That translates directly into speed. The chiller is 342, and the standard chill was, I believe, 328. So you can see that as the brace height decreases, the power stroke increases, and you're going to lose, you're going to gain speed as that brace height decreases. So that directly, you can make a direct comparison to these bows hanging side by side. Generally speaking, again, as you increase the brace height, you're going to decrease the speed. And it also makes the bow a little bit more shootable and a little bit more forgiving. So, and when you start to look at axle to axle and brace height, you want to keep those comparisons in mind. As you go up in brace height, you lose a little speed. May be well worth your while to shoot a little bit less speed, a little more controllable. But that's going to sort of come down to personal preference and what you want to do with that particular bow and that particular setup. So again, I hope this has been good information. I hope it's been helpful for you. If you have any questions, we're always here. Give us a call, and good shooting.